It doesn't have to be kind of annoying and.
But if that's your argument, you might as well walk around the park. But then you still get
well, not if you're on the road then so much, but.
I think one of the things which you haven't talked about, which is the impact of the bridge on the park.
Yeah.
I mean, there needs to be some illustrations of what the park is like, because I only know from what you've told me. I don't have any sense of photographs or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then we need to see the bridge going through it, and somehow you need to find a way of making sure that the bridge appears as an asset to the park by day and by night.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of examples. The only thing I can think of is when you go to Westway, and you start spacing to Westway, and actually the most amazing things happen underneath there.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I lived near a park in Shanghai that had actually almost exactly this condition.
Yeah.
The park, this park, a bit smaller than this, not too much. There was a bridge through it, which, if this would have been the case, it probably started here, ended here.
I mistakenly kicked your model. I mistakenly kicked not your model. I confess.
It's okay, it's fine.
Do you need a hand? Just
very light stuff. Maybe open the door.
Okay. Just giving something back,
No, come on.
Which one? No, no worries. Take off. You came with a cab. Bloody hell. Sorry.
I think it's just, the thing that you've done is you've started a dialogue with that park which you cannot now ignore. If you're going to do it, then actually you've got to explore it towards the extent.
Did they left as well?
Sorry?
Did they left? Park to the left?
Yes.
We have it.
Parkland to the left.
Oh, I see.
Straight.
One other question, do you have all these sets of doors? So that's on the ground floor plan, isn't it? So that open bridge that goes all the way across, is that then locked at night?
No, this will be open.
Why is there a facade or doors?
Could be open. That just trying to make that a more comfortable space, place where you would want to stop and think about where you're going next. It's just a kind of
Doesn't matter what it
Am I going to take that long pathway again? No, it's too long.
That's a contradiction because, let's say the bridge is a huge urban infrastructure which will cost the council, I don't know, tens of millions of pounds. And then how do people actually find you from that end?
That's never stopped councils from finding spending tens of millions of pounds, has it?
You can make it along elevated escalator track.
I think we keep discussing it. In a way, the bridge is always seen as coming from the tube station or from the shopping centre. What about coming from the railway line or coming from the car park? And why would you gather that behind those set of doors is actually a huge, humongous bridge leading through the park?
Yeah, this is very open glass facade that you can see. You can see through here, but yes, it does come.
It doesn't look open, it looks like it's an absolute bloody maze with that zigzag of ramps and that though. You've got the feeling that you could get lost before you even get the nosebleed from the altitude.
This is huge infrastructure here, you have 6 ramps up or whatever. In comparison to this, this is much bigger than the plan of the entire tower.
Looks like the station of the King's Cross.
Exactly. And but then you enter it through 3 pokey little doors. So the question is, I have nothing against it.
There's nothing against poking the doors in principle, but
let's say if you take that gesture all the way across and you just connect to the other side, then that's a wonderful idea.
So let people walk past it.
Will you be able to use a cycle on it? Yeah, the aim would be that you could be able to cycle on it as well, yeah.
And the cars are really annoying.
16-year-olds with mopeds?
towards you and then it works.
Yes, from both directions.
Yeah, and then they have the potential to be closed off. You know, in which cases, you know, if there's a door there, in which cases would they be closed off?
Why a guard there if you can close them?
Yeah, I mean, in a way it doesn't need to be a door, I suppose, really.
On our estate, they always sneaks through a ground floor set of doors to the tube station. And for 10 years they were open. Everyone assumed that's our pathway to the tube station. All of a sudden, some idiots in some estate complained and they got them locked. Then we figured out, because it has been there since almost the Second World War, we've got a right of way through this door.
Right.
You don't have no fury, but like a circumnavigated architect.
Yes.
There's no point.
Yeah, it's something that I wanted to make it sort of slightly enclosed in place and to stop there, but then there had to be doors. Yeah, I wasn't not sure about that.
Imagine some bored kids on the estate all of a sudden think, oh, we have a good idea. Their hobby is just to close them all the time.
Yes, yeah.
And people get stuck, you know.
Yeah.
I would be yelling and screaming and be so furious.
Get the council round to unlock them for you again. Because, you know, all these people are lining up to go on to your address.
We're sitting here having lots of fun about this, playing around with this, but essentially we are thinking and making jokes about things that you need to think about, or ideally should have thought about and should have solved. But having it at that stage, then they need to be thought about and they need to be solved. Okay, you know, David's criticism about the cafe, you know, well, maybe you need to show what it's like being inside that cafe, looking out over the park, or whatever. You need to show all of these things, or being in the park and looking through and seeing people. You know, I'm in the park walking, and you're in, you know, you're at the bottom of a tower block in a gym walking. What are you doing that for? You know, there needs to be a whole series of drawings which talk about it.
And then in all seriousness, even though Tony said that may have been your best set of drawings, we had enough on our daily part to that's the final project. And I'm very concerned, although you have done in on our left to pick something up for the trip, it's pressing the gas pedal as hard as you've never done it in your life before. You know, at least double the amount of substance which needs to go into the project to make it remotely, give it remotely a chance of passing. So that's
Give some information about reality,
Yeah.
surfaces, connections.
Yeah, I mean, I want to kind of zoom into there and start looking at materials and stuff.
You know, now we talked as